So you see there on the left, card 304, your pole man, Luca. On the right, card 347, Mark. So those are your two drivers on the front row. And there you go, Luca heading out, followed by Mark, Fujikishi, Yuto Nakai, and the rest of our 27 grid drivers.
Once again, a packed grid of 27, about to give us 10 laps of incredible action. And I think the action and the drama is starting even before they hit the start-finish line. A bit of a close contact on the pit lane side. Interesting situation indeed. You're looking at Senior Max, groups B and D for heat number 2.
They obviously got to see the action early on from heat 2, A and C. So let's see how they bring their part here in heat 2 for B and D. So our race marshals once again doing their part to remind the drivers to stay in line, get 2 by 2, side by side. Let's get information so we can start racing here. 10 laps in total for them here in heat 2.
Yep, Luca alone far ahead. Next to him is Mark. They all line up, but they're lining up a bit too late, I think. Will they be in line on time? They come across turn 12, slowing it down, really backing it up all the way as they slow down the whole pack, looking good too, side by side. Down the straight line, the lights are out and away we go. We're racing into turn 1. Already action in the middle of the pack into lap 1, turn 1, and the front 3 are status quo.
Yep, so Luca gets the whole shot there with Mark behind him in second. So great start there from the front 2. Mark trying to go on the outside, not close enough.
Has the better line out of Mickey Mouse. Mark will be going on the outside here, on the inside this time. He has the corner for, definitely has the corner for the next one. Outbreaks Luca into the next bend and takes the position. Mark Kimber, your new race leader.
So very well timed move there from Mark, but don't rule out a Luca. This is just lap 1 of 10 for heat 2 of the Senior Max.
But don't forget about the number 3 card just behind them. Any single mistake, they're ready to pounce. Coming across the line to complete the first lap. 10 more. Whoa, and there's Luca into turn 1, has the positions, and Mark Kimber forced to defend. Wow, on the grass. That's contact there with Fujikishi.
I think that's Fujikishi being pushed out there by Hayato Ida. So wheel-to-wheel battle still on lap 2 here from our top drivers.
Mark Kimber still in it, still ready to pounce. Hayato Ida and Yuto Nakai now behind him and also ready to take action. And here we go. Offensive line from Mark Kimber on Luca Schlegel. Mark will take, will he take the inside line? Not this turn, but Luca is backing the entire pack up together. They're bumper to bumper into turn 12.
Yep, so here we go then. Fearless moves coming up from our Senior Max here in heat 2. Coming across the line. Who will dive on the inside of turn 1? Here comes Mark Kimber.
Mark Kimber once again at the lead of the race and behind Hayato Ida in the P3. It's now up to Luca to take this position back.
So Luca and Mark been trading position in the first opening laps. Hayato Ida staying with them. Sena Shirotori there as well. Yuto Nakai. I think we saw Fujikishi. He's been pushed off all the way down to 9.
Yeah, that's right.
So the front group still very, very close, very, very tight amongst themselves. I think now Hayato Ida coming under pressure from Sena and Yuto for 3rd position.
So what a great race again. Once again for Rotax Senior Max. Incredible racing throughout the entire grid. And it's Mark Kimber at the front. But once again, Luca Schlegel has the higher cornering speed out of turn 3. Will he have the advantage down to Mickey Mouse? Will he dive on the inside? Not quite so this time around. But Luca Schlegel only 0.1 behind Mark Kimber.
Yep, so just like we saw in Heat 2, Prashetto versus Luis Gilbert. This time around, it is Mark Kimber versus Luca for 1st position here in Heat 2, B and D.
Incredible racing. up at the front and also the entire grid as well. Adiputra Hendra making up positions as well. And therefore, we have many more people also fighting for positions. But at the front, once again, it is Mark Kimball versus Luka Schlegel. But look at that, look at who's come through to number 3.
Armand Hamilton.
Armand
Guy that
Hamilton.
we haven't spoke a lot about today. Armand Hamilton moving up to third, bringing Austin Gill along with him. So these two drivers, we know they are an aggressive bunch, so let's see how they close the gap. They're now 1 second behind Mark and Luca.
Armand Hamilton and Austin Gale have been racing last week as well for Asia Trophy. Definitely has the experience that the other drivers might not carry with them. So they are increasing, gaining speed, gaining pace is Armand Hamilton and Austin Gale.
So here we go. We're halfway through Heat 2 of B&D for the Senior Max. Your race leader still Mark Kimber holding off Pullman, Lucas Schneider. Armand Hamilton third. Austin Gill in fourth. Sena Shirotori has moved up to fifth. So a few changes in position there between fifth, sixth, and seventh.
I think all this time Fuji Kishi is the biggest loser here, having dropped to P11 while he was fighting for P3 just now. So definitely this was not very advantageous for Fuji Kishi. But at the front, Mark Kimber, Lukas Schlegel still closely dicing and slicing with each other at the front, with a slight gap now, but definitely still not allowing either one of them to go away from each other.
Yep, the top two setting the pace up ahead while the rest of the pack do some hot chasing here. Armand Hamilton, we can see him trying to close the gap. 1.1 second he is behind Mark Kimber at the moment. Austin Gill also trying to push ahead in fourth position. So no changes in position for our top two in the last few laps. You know, they've calmed down a little, but who knows? They may be saving it for the final 3 laps here in Heat 2 for the Rotax Senior Max.
And this is Hayato Ida you're looking at, which is trying to attack Yuto Nakai for 6th position.
So in the mid-pack, we can see multiple close battles happening. Remember, we have 27 drivers on track now. Everyone trying to get the best possible position. This is Yuto Nakai versus Hayato Ida for 6.
And at the front of the pack, Luca is just close right up to Mark Kimber. This is the battle for first position. Neither driver is backing away from this. They are fighting this head on.
I want to see if Luca is probably getting the same strategy that we saw in the Junior Max from Katrina E. You know, just hanging in there to the final few laps, waiting for the best opportunity to make his attack. So keep an eye on Luca, card number 304 in P2.
Yeah, but only 2 more laps to go. Are we running out of laps for something to happen? But definitely this is a great position for Mark Kimber, Lukas Schlegel, and most importantly, Armand Hamilton that climbed up right here. So 2 more laps to go. This is Senior Max Heat 2 B and D.
Yep, so far I would say Mark Kimber doing a fantastic job up ahead. So he's managed just to calm down, hold off Luca for the last 5 laps. But we're down to the final 2 laps. It's now or never for Luca if he wants to take a win here in Heat 2.
He has to commit to a line and commit to an overtake when it's safe, of course. But the ball is firmly in Lukas Schlegel's court with regards to the heat win. In order to take the race win, he will have to make a move sometime within this 1 kilometer down this circuit.
Yep, it's just between Mark and Luca at the moment. Armand Hamilton, nothing he can do in the last few laps to close down that 1.3 second gap to the front two.
Yeah, but just a little bit away because this is the final lap. And I think Mark Kimber hasn't relaxed as well. He knows that if there's any mistakes that were made, he will get pounced upon. He will lose positions. And as they cross the start-finish line, the final time to come and win and conclude this heat. This is your heat winner, Mark Kimber, followed by Luca Schlegel and Armand Hamilton.
Great effort there by Luca on the line to make a final dash. Unfortunately, he has to settle for second position. Mark Kimber, double win here in Heat 1 and Heat 2. Armand Hamilton in third, Austin Gale fourth, Sena Shirotori in fifth. So we're going to wait the final provisional results, as that is Heat 2 done for the Senior Max. We still have one more heat to go for them later this evening. So they started things off earlier this morning with practice 3, and we are wrapping the day once again with Senior Max. So they're going to take a little break, and we will see them back at 4:20 p.m. to kickstart heat number 3 for the Senior Max. So your provisional result for Heat 2 of the Rotax Senior Max Group B plus D looks like this. Race winner Mark Kimber, followed by Lucas Schreigel in second, Armand Hamilton in third, Austin Gale fourth, Sena Shirotori in fifth, Yuto Naka in sixth, Hayato Ida in seventh, Fuji Kishi recovers in eighth position, Junchi Chao 9, and Cho Zihan in P10. In P11, Hendrade Putra, 12, Saoto Aro, followed by Kimi Chan, Shuma Yamako, Sotaro Ichimiya, Sirikong Siri, Ricky Donison, Yuzuki Tamahashi, Krish Gupta, and Zhao Yuncheng in 20th position. Further down, we have Michael Ko in 21st position, followed by Helen Wang, Ethan Ong, Edgar Ilana, Zhao Shi Yan, Zilin Zhao, and Kenshin Asami. So 27 drivers in this group. Coming up next,